Hello and welcome back to Simon's Rants. I'm Simon, and today I'm doing part 3 of my series of movies that you cannot believe are turning 20 years old. Today I'm reviewing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Oh, this makes me feel so old. Some movies are just so classic. The soundtrack is just so classic that the second you hear a couple notes, you know the movie's good. Like, you don't need to watch the rest of the movie. You can just hear that and go, oh yeah, this movie's gonna be really good. I know he's doing this to avoid being seen. I think this is pretty noticeable. Why don't you just take your wand and go whoop and all the lights go out at once? Because then people would think, oh, it's a power outage. But a guy walking with a light go, turn that one off, turn that one off, turn that one off, turn that one off. It's pretty noticeable. It kind of looks weird.
Are the rumors true, Albus?
I'm afraid so, Professor. The good and the bad.
As well as the ugly.
And the boy?
Hagrid is bringing him.
Do you think it wise to trust Hagrid with something as important as this?
Not really, honestly. I don't know why I did it, but I was in the middle of smoking a little bit, so I wasn't making the best choices.
Do you really think it's safe, leaving him with these people? I've watched them all day. They're the worst sort of muggles imaginable. They really are.
The only family he has.
Okay, and? Put him under some sort of, like, protection agency instead.
There won't be a child in our world who doesn't know his name.
Exactly. He's far better off growing up away from all of that. Until he is ready.
And we're going to say that 11 is ready? Like, okay, if you're gonna keep him oblivious to, like, him being famous and all that until he's, like, 18, okay, maybe you could make the argument that he could handle it a little bit better. But he's just gonna become aware of it when he's 11 anyway. That's not gonna help anything. No, you should raise him better. This is a horrible idea.
Wake up, cousin! We're going to the zoo!
Why put him in a closet? Why? Why? You're taking care of the guy. Like, why pretend? Hating the kid for no reason just doesn't make sense to me, but alright.
Aren't they wonderful, darling? How many are there?
36. Counted them myself.
36! But last year I had 37!
Yes, well, some of them are quite a bit bigger than last year.
I don't care how big they are!
You know, it really is amazing how many, like, good child actors they managed to get for this series. Like, obviously, Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson. She can't really act, but Rupert Grint and all that, and Tom Felton. But, like, Harry Melling, honestly, may be the best actor of the lot of them. How do you find all of these amazing, talented kid actors?
Move!
Move! He's asleep! He's boring. Sorry about him. He doesn't understand what it's like, lying there day after day, watching people press their ugly faces in on you.
Snakes can't blink. Just in case you were wondering, they can't do that.
You're from Burma, aren't you? Was it nice there? Do you miss your family? I see. That's me as well. I never knew my parents either.
Going into what we know about the second movie, in reality, he was speaking parcel tongue to that snake, so he's just up against the glass going... Just imagine, you're at the zoo. Oh, look at that bearded dragon, that's cool. Oh, a Komodo dragon, nice, a python. Okay, kids, let's move this way.
Dad, come here! You won't believe what this snake is doing!
Just side note here, by the way, if you take into account what we know from the rest of Harry Potter, being able to take away an entire pane of glass without saying a single word, mind you, is incredibly powerful and really hard to do. Like, doing any spells without talking is difficult. For some reason, talking out loud makes a difference with doing spells. I don't know why. Harry Potter rules. I don't know. But he didn't say anything. He just, and the glass disappeared. How did he do that? How did he do that?
What happened?
I swear I don't know. 1 minute the glass was there and then it was gone. It was like magic.
There's no such thing as magic.
Why raise him this way? You know magic's real, yet you constantly punish and abuse him and then get shocked when he uses magic. What did you think would happen? I'm just gonna keep ragging on this universe because it's stupid. Why do they use owls to send mail? And right now you might be going, why not use owls? It's really convenient. You don't need any mail carriers that way. You just give it to the magic owl and he knows exactly where to go. It's a great idea. What's wrong with it? Because there's flu powder. Just think. You've got a fireplace, you drop in some flu powder, you say the address, and you toss a letter in. Frick, you could have a whole mail room that works like that. Like at the freaking Ministry of Magic, they got all those fireplaces. You get a whole thing of letters, you drop some flu powder, and you go London Post Office and drop the letters in. Or, like I said, everybody could just do it at home in their own fireplaces. You're like, hey, need to write a letter to Grandma. Grandma's house. And there it goes. Why are we training owls, the slowest birds in the universe, to take letters miles away? They're not meant for that. Owls don't do that. Why are we abusing these animals? There's so many better ways to do these things. Why was this their reaction? They don't like the kid. They don't want to deal with the kid. Why not send him off to the freaking school so you don't have to see him ever again? Just say, hey, stay there over the summer and winter break. Don't come back. Good riddance. Nope. We hate this kid. We want nothing to do with him. So we're going to keep him here and tell him that magic's not real and he can't go anywhere else because we hate him and we don't want him here. So he stays here. Why?
Fine day, Sunday. In my opinion, best day of the week. Why is that, Dudley?
Because there's no post on Sundays.
Right you are, Harry. No post on Sunday.
A highly specific reason to like Sunday. You could say football. I don't know, church. You like going to church. No work. Nope. I just don't like it when mail shows up on my door. Hate that. Hate it.
Not one blasted miserable...
Yeah, see how easy that was? It came right out of the fireplace and smacked you in the face. Now just imagine if that's how it worked all the time. Question. How is this happening? Are they just a series of owls all flying by repeatedly, all dropping it and landing it in the top of the chimney in such rapid succession that it's billowing out like that? Or are there like owls up there with like reverse vacuums blowing it in? Once again, why is this all owl-based? And now there's just owls at the door going, letters! Letters! Take all my letters!
We're going away! Far away! Where they can't find us!
This is awfully dramatic. I know exactly the place. There's this tiny freaking island in the middle of the goddamn ocean. We won't go out into the country. We won't go to Grandma's house. We're going to go out to the middle of the goddamn ocean.
Make a wish, Harry.
I wish for a big hairy man to walk right through my door. Wishes do come true. Once again, Hagrid did not say any words. He just flames out the end of a broken wand, by the way. That's immense powers of magic. He's a high wizard for all we know.
Of course, you know all about Hogwarts.
Sorry, no.
No? Blimey, Harry, didn't you ever wonder where your mum and dad learned it all?
Learn what?
You're a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard, Harry. Hey, that was pretty good. We should put that. Hey, guys, we should put that in the trailer. That you're a wizard, Harry. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna get the audiences going.
I can't be a wizard.
Did you ever make anything happen? Anything you couldn't explain when you were angry or scared?
Well, there was this one time I was watching this movie with this girl. No, stop, Harry, stop. Not like that. Not like that.
Dear Mr. Potter,
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
you knew all along and you never told me.
Of course we knew. How could you not be? My perfect sister being who she was. Oh, my mother and father were so proud the day she got her letter. We have a witch in the family. Isn't it wonderful?
Okay, time out, rewind. They're muggles, and they got a random letter going, "Ah, welcome to Hogwarts, the school of witchcraft and wizardry." And they went, "We're so proud. You've never heard of this place before in your goddamn life. You're proud? Why wouldn't you just go, this is a weird prank? Throw that out."
This boy's had his name down ever since you were born. He's going to the finest school of witchcraft and wizardry in the world.
I don't know too much about these other wizarding schools, but I have a hard time believing that Hogwarts is the best there is to offer. I feel like it's the ghetto school, honestly. There's always people dying, always something going wrong, and you're like, it's the finest school. Yeah, okay. It's probably better than America, sure, but barely.
Bit behind schedule. Best be off. Unless you'd rather stay, of course.
He thought about it. He's like, I don't know. Wizarding school sounds kind of pretentious. I think I may pass. So you're telling me that the only way into Diagon Alley from London is going through a bar? That doesn't sound family friendly at all.
Harry Potter, can't tell you how pleased I am to meet you.
Hello, Professor. I didn't see you there. Harry, this is Professor Quirrell. He'll be your defense against the dark arts teacher at Hogwarts.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Fearfully fascinating subject. Not that you need it, eh, Potter?
Oh, I'm obviously important to the plot because I have the camera trained solely on me, and I'm taking up a lot more time than everybody else. Definitely not the bad guy, am I? Hey. See, with just a couple taps of your magic umbrella, you too can turn bricks into CGI. It's amazing how this is like a magically hidden area, yet really all it is behind a wall. I think if you just like climbed over top the building or like got in a drone or something, you could just see right down in there. Not so hidden now, is it?
Hagrid, what exactly are these things?
They're goblins, Harry. Clever as they come, goblins, but not the most friendly of beasts.
Are these Jews? They're people in charge of the bank. They have long noses, and they're all short. J.K. Rowling, god damn it, I knew you were problematic, but holy shit.
Professor Dumbledore gave me this. It's about you-know-what involved you-know-which.
So subtle. He's so good at this. I'm glad that we left all this really top-secret important information and stuff in his hands because we know he's so good with that. It's like, you got the top-secret thing in the top-secret place with the thing that we can't talk about in that place. You know what I'm saying? A wink. A wink, wink. Oh, eh? Real subtle, buddy. Look at all the freaking money he had. He could have been living in splendor his whole childhood, and you're like, nah, let's make him live in the worst possible situation ever.
Vault 713.
What's in there, Hagrid?
Absolutely nothing. We're not going to stay here. We're going to move on and never mention it again. Goodbye. Gosh, I didn't know that vault doors were just ticklish. You just, oh, Gucci cool. And oh, okay, go in.
I still need a wand.
Hello?
I wondered when I'd be seeing you, Mr. Potter.
I wondered when you'd come into my shop, Harry Potter. See what I did there? Wandered. Wand. I said wands. Get it? It's clever. I've been thinking about this for 11 goddamn years, dude. Yikes. Big yikes.
Voldemort started to gather some followers. Your parents fought against him. But nobody lived once he decided to kill him. Nobody. Not one. Except you.
What happened to you know who?
Well, some say he died. Codswallop, in my opinion. Nope. I reckon he's out there still.
Why? Why do you think that, exactly? What led to that decision?
Blimey, is that the time? Sorry, Harry, I'm gonna have to leave you.
And I'm definitely not going to explain any of the obvious things that I should be explaining to somebody who knows nothing about the wizarding world. Like, oh, you gotta run through a wall? Maybe I should have said some of those things, but nah. I was obviously the best guy that we could put in charge of this.
Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me where I might find platform 9 3/4?
Oh yeah, the tourist attraction thing is right over there. You'll see this little push cart that's like halfway through the wall. There's probably going to be a queue though, because people like to take pictures with it. So you might have to get in line and wait a little bit, but it's right over there.
All right, Percy. You first.
Yeah, that's subtle as all hell. I'm glad we came up with this brilliant idea. We couldn't just, you know, have our own train station, like, around the corner or underneath something. No, we'll just have people blatantly walk through walls in front of a bunch of muggles. Great idea!
Could you tell me how to get onto the platform?
Not to worry, dear. It's Ron's first time to Hogwarts as well. Now, all you've got to do is walk straight at the wall between platforms 9 and 10.
But slightly more towards 10? You don't want to be right in the middle. You want to be like 3/4 of it. So just like slightly more towards 10 than towards 9. But not all the way towards 10, but just slightly, you know, like 3/4 of the way towards 10. It's not that complicated. Then he gets ran into by Ron because he's just standing there like a moron. Why, though, do we all take a train to Hogwarts? Oh, you can't apparate onto school grounds. Yeah, but you can still floop out her to places like Hogsmeade and then walk there. The whole train thing is just, what? You're making yourself blatantly obvious to any muggle that chooses to look at the wall as you go through it. Two, it's just its own time waste. And thirdly, you're spending all this money on the train every year. That's pointless.
Bertie bought every flavour beans.
They mean every flavour. There's chocolate and peppermint, and there's also spinach, liver, and tripe.
Why, though? I know it's become an actual thing because of this movie, that they've got these, like, prank candies that some are good and some are bad, and you're like, oh, 50-50, you never know. Why would you ever actually want that, though, if it wasn't already in this movie? It's just a terrible idea. It's like, oh, I'm enjoying that one. Oh, that's watermelon. Oh, that's grape. Oh, that's vomit. Great. Lovely. All that one's human shit. Fantastic. Whose idea was this?
So, has anyone seen a toad? A boy named Neville's lost one.
No.
Oh, are you doing magic? Let's see then.
Sunshine, daisies, buttermellow. Turn this stupid fat rat yellow.
Why are some spells stupid rhymes like the that and then the turn this water to rum rhyme that we hear later, and other things are like Alohomora, Avada Kedavra? They're like these actual spells, and then other are just like random rhymes in English. Why? There's no logic. There's no connection. There's no consistency.
Are you sure that's a real spell? Well, it's not very good, is it?
And you're not likable at all, are you, huh? A great feel, like the music, the visuals, it's all just fascinating. It really captures like the imagination of a kid. Like, I completely understand why I as a child and so many other people were obsessed with this. Like, it's silly, it's cheesy and all that, but it is so just imaginative and so amazing to look at. Everything about this world is fascinating, as long as you don't think about it too much.
In a few moments, you will pass through these doors and join your classmates. But before you can take your seats, you must be sorted into your houses. They are Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin.
Because that makes so much sense. You know, the best way to raise and teach children is to teach them segregation and to judge people based on their personality types. Brilliant! Brilliant! I'm glad that we're making prejudices right off the bat here. Smart idea.
Your triumphs will earn you points. Any rule breaking and you will lose points. At the end of the year, the house with the most points is awarded...
Trevor! We need a win, guys. We need Trevor.
It's true then, what they're saying on the train. Harry Potter has come to Hogwarts. You'll soon find out that some wizarding families are better than others, Potter. You don't want to go making friends with the wrong sort. I can help you there.
The best kid actor in this whole goddamn franchise. Welcome.
Please note that the Dark Forest is strictly forbidden to all students.
Unless they need to be punished, then we shall punish the students by taking them into the forest. It makes a lot of sense if you don't think about it.
When I call your name, you will come forth. I shall place the sorting hat on your head, and you will be sorted into your houses. Hermione Granger?
What order are you going in? You've got a list of all the students just randomized? Because you'd think you'd go alphabetically, but there is no way in hell Hermione Granger came up first in the alphabet for any reason.
Slytherin!
You didn't even touch him. You made an assumption about him before you even knew him. Asshole.
It's not a witch or wizard who went bad who wasn't in Slytherin.
I will not stand any Slytherin slander. If you look into the Slytherin house, it's not about being evil. That's not what makes you a Slytherin. Well, let's just look at the character traits of Slytherin. Slytherins tend to be ambitious, shrewd, cunning, strong leaders, and achievement-oriented. They also have highly developed senses of self-preservation. None of those are bad traits. Maybe it's the atmosphere created by you people picking on and telling Slytherins that they're evil all the time that breeds negative people. Maybe it's not their fault. Maybe it's your fault. Or maybe we're just ignoring all the evil wizards that come out of the other houses just so we can paint the narrative that Slytherins are the only ones. Oh, political.
Harry, what is it?
Where shall I...
Nothing. Nothing, I'm fine.
Let's see. I know. Hufflepuff!
You have no talent. You're not ambitious. You're not smart. Hufflepuff it is, I guess. In all seriousness, though, Hufflepuffs are the best. I love Hufflepuffs. I wish I was a Hufflepuff, honestly, because I aspire to be that kind of person, but I'm honestly more of a Slytherin.
Another Weasley. I know just what to do with you. Gryffindor!
This sorting hat is a moron. Because if he knew anything about any of these people, he would have sorted them completely differently. Hermione would have been a Ravenclaw. Harry would have been a Slytherin. Neville would have been a Hufflepuff. I know they all have brave tendencies, but that's not their dominant tendency. Hermione's smart. That is her main personality and pretty much only personality trait. Harry is cunning. Everything about him is Slytherin. He's not Gryffindor. And then Neville is brave at times, but he's also a very loving, very compassionate, friendly person. He's a Hufflepuff. He's a sorting hat's a moron. He just looked at him and went, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. You not so much. You're a moron. You're smart, I guess.
Let the feast begin.
And also remember that this food, this bountiful feast, is provided for due to the slavery of our house elves. So everybody give 2 stomps on the ground as a thank you to them.
Hello. Welcome to Gryffindor.
Thank you. Can you get out of my food?
This is the most direct path to the dormitories.
And by direct, I mean that we honestly have no way of determining what's actually direct because the stairs just keep moving in every direction. This is also stupid. Why does this exist? Who thought this was a good idea? Were they drunk? Was the architect drunk when he made this freaking place?
Quickly now, come on. Come on.
Yes, the picture's moving.
Well, yes, the picture's moving. Of course the picture's moving. Every picture in the wizarding world moves. Are you a wizard or not, moron? Have you ever seen a newspaper? Has your family ever taken a picture ever? You had the freaking wizard card earlier. Oh, the picture is moving. I can't believe it. Of course it is. Dumbass! Oh look, the water's wet.
Password. Caput Draconis.
I'm a very classy lady who will be very uptight and pretentious until about movie 3 or something, and then I'll become a caricature of myself like many characters. Anyway, enter.
Perhaps it would be more useful if I were to transfigure Mr. Potter and yourself into a pocket watch. That way one of you might be on time.
We got lost.
Then perhaps a map.
Okay, bitch, but have you seen the freaking staircases? You should've. You live here. It's not their fault. They're freaking first years. Getting lost in Hogwarts is pretty freaking easy.
Mr. Potter, our new celebrity. Tell me, what would I get if I added powdered root of asphodel to an infusion of wormwood? You don't know? Well, let's try again. Where, Mr. Potter, would you look if I asked you to find me a bezoar?
I know there's significance to these questions, but I'm not quite big enough of a Potterhead to know the importance. I'm gonna check that real quick. The first thing Snape asks Harry is, what would I get if I added powdered root of asphodel to an infusion of wormwood? According to Victorian flower language, asphodel is a type of lily, meaning my regrets follow you to the grave, and wormwood means absence, and also typically symbolized a bitter sorrow. If you combine that, it meant I bitterly regret Lily's death. Cool stuff if you didn't know that. If you knew it, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
Eye of rabbit, harpstring home. Turn this water into rum.
Like this. Like I was just talking about this. Why is that a spell? It's just a random rhyme. Like, could you just rhyme about anything and just because you're waving a wand it becomes a spell? Like, hippity how? Make me tow. Like, what? Zemrin Zood. Here's some food. Like, what? How does it work? I thought there were actual spells, yet sometimes you're just making Dr. Seuss rhymes.
Miles hair.
Just imagine the shit these owls leave behind every freaking time they come in the morning and start dropping packages. They're also gonna start dropping other packages too, because they're birds that eat. This is why you should just use the Flu Network. It would be so much easier in every way.
Welcome to your first flying lesson. Well, what are you waiting for? Everyone step up to the left side of their broomstick. Stick your right hand over the broom and say up.
Like that too. Why isn't that how all spells work? Just like open door or kill or save life. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's a broomia's uppus. Consistency would be nice.
Oh. Shut up, Harry.
That's cute. That's the two kids actually genuinely having a good time and laughing. It makes it feel so much better. And as the series goes on, for at least the first few films, you see that chemistry these kids had, and that makes it a lot more enjoyable.
I want each of you to kick off from the ground hard. Hover for a moment, then lean forward slightly and touch back down. On my whistle, 3, 2... Mr. Longbottom.
He's the only one that's doing the thing, so why are we all going like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's the only one that followed the instructions. Why are we mad? But then, yes, he does start flying away recklessly and uncontrollably. But think about the situation we just put this kid in. This isn't how you teach freaking kids to ride horses or drive cars. You didn't just say, alright, everybody get in or get on. I'll stand here and you all just try it. No, you take one at a time, have them be partially in control while you're partially in control, and figure it out. That way they learn. That way they don't die. But here you're like, hey, get on it and go. Not smart. Best school, my ass.
Everyone's to keep their feet firmly on the ground while I take Mr. Longbottom to the hospital wing. Understand? If I see a single broom in the air, the one riding it will find themselves out of Hogwarts before they can say Quidditch.
Like this. You're just gonna leave a bunch of 11-year-old kids in a parking lot full of cars and say, nobody's to drive any of these cars until I'm back. Here's the keys. I'll be right back. Don't drive. I'll be right back.
Did you see his face? Maybe if the fat lump had given this a squeeze, he would remember to fall on his fat ass.
Give it here, Malfoy.
No. I think I'll leave it somewhere for Longbottom to find. How about on the roof?
What's the matter, Potter? Bit beyond your reach.
Harry, no way. You heard what Madam Hoop said. Besides, you don't even know how to fly.
We're not even friends yet. Why are you telling me what to do? Get out of my face.
Harry Potter? Follow me.
Y'all just love rewarding people for breaking the rules, don't you?
Ingredient in... Professor Quirrell, excuse me. Could I borrow wood for a moment, please?
What? You want to borrow my wood?
Oh, yeah, yes, of course.
Well, anyway, back to making some cartoon sound effects. What is this class? The Wizarding School of Cartoon Sound Effects. Here we've got the Tasmanian Devil.
Seeker? But first years never make the house team.
What kind of bullshit is that? You don't have an actual starting seeker already? You can't just put him on the practice squad or have him as the second string or something? You just have some kid who's never played football before in his life, gets onto the field and starts throwing darts with the freaking ball, and you go, oh, you're the starting quarterback. Like what, you didn't have anybody else? You don't at least have him practice once and see if he can actually do it when there's a line of people trying to tackle him?
What's happening?
The staircase has changed.
Oh no, we're going one floor up instead of one floor up. You know, you could probably just walk around.
Let's go this way before the staircase moves again.
Or you could just wait for the staircase to move back to the other way. I don't know how often it moves, but just wait 5 minutes.
Does anybody feel like we shouldn't be here?
We're not supposed to be here. This is the 3rd floor. It's forbidden.
Then why were you going up the staircase to the 3rd floor to begin with, dumbass? The staircase didn't change floors. It just changed side of the floor.
What do they think they're doing? Keeping a thing like that locked up in a school.
You don't use your eyes, do you? Didn't you see what it was standing on?
I wasn't looking at its feet. I was a bit preoccupied with its head.
It was standing on a trapdoor, which means it wasn't there by accident. It's guarding something. If you two don't mind, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed. Or worse, expelled.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
She also needs to learn how to not be a douchebag, but, you know, figure that out later. Hi, I'm Simon from SimonsRants, and you just finished watching part 1 of my Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone review. Because of how long this review ended up being, I just split it up into 2 parts, so if you want to see part 2, you should click right there. I'll have that link up within a couple days after this first video is released. Also, if you want to see both parts put together into one long review, I'll also have that linked up right there. Whichever you decide to do, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please leave a like, comment, share, and also if you're new here, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.